Yeah.
But let's not skip past London International.
Oh,
what an
gosh.
event that was for you.
That was crazy, yeah.
It was fair to say I walked in because I had to stand there myself. And it was fair to say I walked in and walked around a corner. I was like, what the hell is So just explain what your vision was for London. What was that all about?
London International for us, it was the show that I wanted to really like launch ourselves at. And I think for me, having come from Kiso where I ran everything from their grassroots unaffiliated events all the way up to their internationals, I've sort of got that event background in me. And I think once I get my head into an event, that's me gone. Like I said to Taz, to forget about the product for a month because I'm working on the event. He was like, great, so I've lost my product manager because you're working on London International. I was like, yeah, too right, just leave me there. But no, I think for us, we'd never really launched ourselves. Like we'd worked within the industry, we'd done a few things, like we'd worked with a few ambassadors, for example. We'd done a few smaller like marketing ploys, if you want to call them those. But we wanted to fly under the radar a little bit, I guess, because we wanted to keep working on the tech. We didn't want to do a massive launch, then everything crashes.
Yes.
Because it's just, you have one shot at brand image, don't you, and brand reputation. So I didn't want to do something and then it kind of fails after. So we released all the new products in September last year. And I said to Taz at the time, London International is going to be the event that we launch. And he was like, right, okay. Like, what are you thinking? Like, he knows I can go a bit wacky with my ideas. And I said, it's difficult because a show like that, if you don't have a tangible product to sell, it's hard. And you probably found the same thing. Like having just a stand with your name on it, you have to be very outgoing to say, okay, I'm going to reach out to this person that's about to walk past, maybe offer them a leaflet, maybe do all these different things. And I said to Taz, 5 days is a long time to stand there and look bored. Like, I'm not doing that. So I think for us, it was very much about how can we get people engaged? How can we make it so that it can be interactive? How can we make it so it stands out? How can we just make it fun? And I think for me, like, that's the whole point of Carvago as a business as well. You're allowing people to almost access their inner, like, childish selves a little bit as well. Like, book a ride, go and have fun, like, discover a new activity, discover a new experience. So I think we really kind of harnessed that inner childlike sort of just make it fun, make it engaging and just go for it. So I put a proposal together for Taz and he was like, are you joking? And I was like, no. And he was like, get it done, just do it. And I think that is the best thing about working for Taz is you go to him with an idea and he's like, yeah, get it done. And I'm like, sweet.
And what an idea it was.
But at the same time, the whole time I was stood at London, I was like, this is all on my shoulders. If this goes wrong, I think he might just fire me there. And then, no, he wouldn't do that. But I hope not anyway. So we worked with a company called the London Display Company who were brilliant. They built our stand for us. It was completely bespoke, completely custom to us. Even when we had a meeting with Pam and Amy, who run the trade stand side at London, I said to them, this is our design. I think Pam nearly fell off her chair. She was like, no. And I was like, yes, please. And she was like, right, okay. How is this going to work? So we wanted it to be bold. And I think bold is what it was.
Yes, it was bold.
But at the same time, it was, how do you make it interactive? Yeah. So I worked with race with simulators. So we wanted to give people a taste of what Carvago could provide them. Mm-hmm. Did it cause a bit of like, oh, so you do simulators? We were like, no, Race would do the simulators. We allow you to kind of be a part. So as part of the simulator experience, you could sit on the simulator and it would take you through I think it was like a 2.5 minute video of all the different places that you could book and ride with Carvago. So as being a bit of a Disney lover myself, I took inspiration from the ride Soaring, where it like transports you around the world and takes you to different places that you might never have been able to go. And that's the whole point of Carvago. It's making it accessible for you to be able to do that. So that was the point of the simulator. That's why we had that there. And then we just used the whole thing as a bit of a marketing playground, really. We had the Wheel of Fortune, which was a massive hit for us. So people could spin the wheel. They could win like branded merchandise. So, I mean, the bobble hats were elite. Like, I'm so annoyed because I bought one home and my mum's stolen it. She doesn't even wear bobble hats. And I was like, great, that's my bobble hat gone. They were fur lined and everything. It was great. So we had things like bobble hats, tote bags, water bottles. Like, But for us, people were walking away, and then the whole way around the showground, you could see Carvago everywhere because people were wearing their merchandise that they'd won. We had really nice caps and stuff as well. We then had a grab machine on the other side. Again, just a nice fun thing for people to do. They had things like key rings, little logo bugs, wristbands, stuff like that people, especially children, like they could just walk away and feel like they've done something, and they've sort of had an experience that they wouldn't have normally had at the show. And I think previous years where I've been there, and again, this is where it comes in being an equestrian myself, like I've been to a lot of these shows, and you see people still sort of sat there like looking really bored, and I'm like, I said to Taz, I can't do it. Like I literally can't do it. I'm a chatty person.
No,
I can't stand there and look bored for 5 days. So that was kind of like the whole point of it. Obviously, how we worked it was, for the simulator, people had to like book a slot. So they actually had to book a slot through Carvago to go on the simulator.
Fantastic.
So that for us was a good customer acquisition play.
Yes.
We then had, I think we had over like 500 people going on the simulator over the 5 days. So instant 500 new customers for us, which is brilliant. And then for the Wheel of Fortune and for the grab machine, we just did like a basic like marketing sign up form. So where people just popped their like name and email address, and then they got a free spin on the Wheel of Fortune and a free go on the grab machine. So again, it was a nice, easy way for that kind of like customer acquisition and to collect customer details, that then we sent like a nice email to say, thank you so much for coming. If you want to unsubscribe, please feel free. But these are all the different things that we do. And it just gets people to know the name.
Absolutely.
And I think probably the same as the impression that you had when you walked around the corner. It's like, Carvago, what on earth do they do?
Yes.
And then it starts those conversations, and the amount of people that would spin the wheel, but whilst they were waiting, they would have the conversation. They're like, oh, okay, like I get it. That's so cool. Like amazing. Like I'm going to look on your website. And we had like leaflets that they could take with them where they could scan the QR codes and stuff. So it was purely a marketing playground for us. We certainly succeeded in what we wanted to do. I think we wanted like 2,500 people's email addresses, and we thought, oh, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I think we walked out with nearly like 5,000. So we pretty much doubled it in that sense. And we had so much amazing feedback. I mean, even there was a lady that came up to us at one point, and she was like, do you mind if I take photos of the stand? Because like I run events for a living, not equestrian events, but this is just incredible. Like I've never seen a trade stand like this before. But I think it had that impression on people, that it was then like a lasting impression where people walked off and they saw other stands, and then they kept coming back, and it was like
I went back loads of times.
And then they go, can I spin the wheel again? I'm like, you're already wearing head to toe like in merchandise, like please walk away. It was brilliant.
It was really fantastic. And you're located really well. You have the arena next to you, so people are always watching what's going on there, and then interacting with you.
And I think that was the thing, like location is so important. And for us, I remember having the conversation with Pam and Amy, and I said, look, if we're going to do it, we've got to do it properly. Like I'm not going to do it half-hearted. I'm not going to sort of do a little bit, but not all of it. Like I want a good position. It's going to be big. It's going to be bold. Like, I mean, we did have a slight issue on the first day. The Wheel of Fortune had like a clicker on it. That, you know, when they click on the way around.
Clicks around,
the dressage horses came in, and I was like, woohoo, let's turn that off. Where it was showing horses, or some sort of highly strung horse came in, someone spanned the wheel, and the horse just like side-eyed me. And I was like, someone, we need to get this clicker off. Like, otherwise this is going to be chaos for 5 days, and I'm going to get in serious trouble.